Hey everybody, Steve Gore. This is PTSD video number 8. And I had someone ask me in a message a really good question with PTSD is, I use art as therapy myself. I'm a chainsaw artist or a woodworker, if you will. And, I can't do that all the time. So what do I do when I can't fill the gap? And then one of the other questions was relationships with family, our kids, and things. And a friend of mine, a few years back, my PTSD is also, I also have the TBI attachment from taking a baseball bat to the head a couple of times. When it was over, my arm itself was shattered, and I had lost quite a bit of the motor skills, the fine motor skills there. I had a lot of confusion. I had trouble focusing and things like that. And with PTSD, I was like a lot of us. I had become very distant to my family, very distant even with my child. He was very young when the incident happened to me. But with that being said, what I did is I was introduced to, and this is going to seem kind of off-putting to some people, because of that hoorah He-Man thing, but just hear me out. I was introduced to these coloring books, and when I first started, it was to develop my fine motor skills in my hand, but it was also to start working on the problems I was having with staying focused. It was very simple. This one here, this is like a $4 book. I bought a 10-pack of magic markers. I think I'm into the whole package deal, $6 for this one. Now this book is, I want to say, my third or fourth over the years. But it really does work. And what's very cool about it is back when I first started, I was actually using, the coloring books we grew up with. And I was able to sit down, and you can now too, if you want to use this as a tool to help you, I guess, reestablish relationships with your children and things like that. But it was very nice. I could sit down and color, and like I said, I was regaining the fine motor skills in my arm. I was also regaining a lot of focus with doing something as simple as coloring like this. And for me, I was able to set the books down. My son was like 7 then, and we would sit and color together and just talk about different things. And now these books are much more intricate. I started with a big block type child's coloring book, and then moved into these that are, some of these are very, very intricate, very small shapes, very, very tight. But as you can see, you can imagine, how your focus and things like that will develop your fine motor skills. If you do have somebody with a TBI in the family or whatever, these are a great tool for developing those skill sets again. I can't recommend them enough. Like I said, I'm an artist, and coloring, when it was first introduced to me, didn't seem like a very manly thing to do. But as an artist, I'm actually a chainsaw artist, so that's, it's a manly thing. But with that being said, this is an amazing tool, and we are going into Christmas. We had talked about the pouch that's in, I think it's video number 3, for breaking the thought process. Now this, being as simple as it is, as inexpensive as it is an amazing distraction. You don't have to be PTSD, you don't have to be all stressed out. Even for Ma, dealing with the kids all day or whatever, you want to kick back and watch TV, it's a very comfortable thing just to sit and doodle. Turn the brain off for a while and try and stay inside the lines. I hope that this answers to questions that were sent to me. I hope that you pick these up. Maybe your last minute Christmas shopping. It's a few bucks. And like I said, artist therapy is a very, very powerful thing. A great many people across the country are doing it. I do know that my Gold Star mother cousin Kelly, she was doing these for quite a while. I think she still does. But with that being said, if you have a TBI, PTSD, whatever, start with the bigger, blockier ones like we grew up with and move into the fine, more intricate, complicated designs. But you're developing pathways in the brain also for you that have a brain injury. I hope it helps. I hope you all have a great holiday. We're trying to keep these things more consistent. We've been putting the shop together and everything. Like I said, I wanted to break away from the doom and gloom of what is PTSD and offer a few more tips and tricks of things that I've used over the years that have worked for me. The things that I share with you are not mine. I'm not an end-all, be-all guru. Most of these tools, tips, and tricks that I share with you were given to me by the Vietnam Veteran Brotherhood while traveling with the wall in 2012. They saved my life, and they can possibly save yours. For everybody else, like I said, we're trying to get away from the doom and gloom. I'm trying to keep these consistent to where I'm doing one every couple of days. We will get there, but right now we're also setting up our shop. We're setting up a bunch of other things that have to do with Chainsaws for Charity. So a lot of my attention and time is being pulled in that direction. For everybody who's been sharing the videos and everybody what you're doing, you know, I just put them together. You know, you people are the ones that are really reaching out and grabbing the hold of everyone else. It takes all of us to do these sorts of things. And in some of these videos we're going to be doing soon, I'm going to introduce you to some amazing people that are helping us do what we do. I'm going to talk to you about people who are here on Facebook. And if you can make and friend and network together, I really think that that's how we're going to be able to bring these suicide numbers down across the board. Once again, try the coloring books, you know, as a distraction when you are home, especially if you are someone with severe anxiety and you are pretty much homebound now. If you're new to the PTSD game and you're having trouble shutting the mind off, distractions are number one, and these are a great tool to do that with. Coloring book and some magic markers, you know, it's all about finding the distractions. Anyway, have a great Christmas, and look for me in a couple days. Hopefully we can get these things more consistent for you. Thank you all so very much for everything you're doing. It is making a huge difference. Have a great night.